been journaling since I was 9. It wasn't always a daily routine, but I accumulated and kept lots of my journals through my life. Journaling is an act of self-love. Think about it. When journaling, you are writing your story to yourself. Your most intimate thoughts are kept safe in the pages of your journal. Journaling is a great accountability tool too. What a great surprise it was for me to read in one of my old journals that one of my dreams was to speak English one day. Now, look at me, recording a video for YouTube in English. Come on, you already know the little dance. Welcome to Become Odara. My name is Ana Clara Ottoni, and that's the second video of a series of 15 on self-awareness. Let's recap really quick what we learned on the last video. We talk about observing ourselves, our behaviors, our habits, and how we're communicating with others and with ourselves, and also how we are reacting to things. We use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to make those observations a little bit more clear. Did you use a roller coaster experiment? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back to the first video. If you did use it, please leave in the comments. Leave in the comments what did you learn this past week. I would love to hear how is your journey being on becoming Odara. But okay. Today, we're going to talk about journaling. I know that I already gave a little spoiler in the last video, so let's get started.
Why is it important to journal? How do we start? And the different types of journaling.
Journaling is such a powerful tool. It's you telling your story to yourself. And it might even be to others. Think about the Anne Frank's diary. She was a Jewish girl. She lived for 2 years in a basement, hiding from the Nazis. And years later, after her death, her dad got those journals back and he published as a book, and it's one of the most famous books to this day. When she was writing about her daily routine, she never thought that this would become like one of the most famous books in the world. The beautiful thing is that it gets us a chance to learn about that story. So I invite you to write your story as well, so you can learn a little bit more about yourself. Maybe you're gonna leave a legacy to others. Journaling can also calm you down. Whenever you're anxious, nervous, angry, when you write things down, it helps you to put things into perspective and even help you with problem solving. But please make sure that you also write when you're happy, proud of yourself, excited about something, because you want to make sure that you have a thorough recollection of your own story, right? Journaling can also help you to trust your intuition. You know when somebody shows up in your life and you're not sure if you should let them in, or whenever you have like a bad intuition or a good intuition about something, write it down. Later, you can check if you should trust your guts or when you're like completely wrong about something. It'll definitely open your mind. Journaling doesn't necessarily need to be you writing about something. It can be a passage of a book. It can be a song that you like. It can be a poem. It can be an idea, a doodle. Anything really can be part of your journal because it helps you to create, just get things out of your mind. Aristotle says once, through discipline comes freedom. And I invite you to set yourself free when writing your journal. Be honest. Just write it down, whatever is important to you at that very moment. So, how do you journal? Ideally, every day. I do in the morning because it works for me. It's like my mind is fresh. And there are certain types of journals that you might want to incorporate in your life at night or even in the middle of the day. We're going to talk about them a little bit later. Ever so often, you might want to go back to your journal entries. And that's when you start realizing how much you have grown. Remember, we talked about this in the last video. How do you get to know if you're becoming a better person, if you're becoming Odara? Well, the part of growth is to self-check. So go back to your past entries and notice, for example, how is your handwriting? Did you change something? Even those subtle differences can reveal a lot to you when looking back to your journal entries. Now let's talk about the different types of journal. I have quite a few here and I will share some of them with you. The first one is a planner. That's a different type of journal. It's not necessarily to your self-reflection, like to self-awareness. This is more when we're talking about organization. So what I usually do in the beginning of the month, I write down the goals for that month. Every night, I go to my planner and I plan out my next day. There is nothing better than going back, checking everything that you have accomplished in that day. Another type of journal that it has helped me immensely in the past months, this is new to me, is the Moondala. So people who menstruate, they can check how are their cycle related with the moon. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, I will talk to you now, but we might have a new video just about the Moondala because that's a lot to learn. So pretty much, do you see here? I keep like a record with like color coding for the things that I decided to notice. So I create my own caption of things that I want to check. For instance,
how present I am on the here and now. How is my intuition or my sexual appetite?
So all this I tracked here and I put in the Moondala according to my cycle. So the day that I get my period, I write it down and then I notice like all the moods, everything that it's happening, and it's amazing to see how connected this is with the moon. So this is another really good thing to do if you're looking for a journal that it's intimate connect with your body and your moods as well. Another type of journal is a dream journal. I use the Moondala for that as well. At the end of this notebook here, have like some, like blank page that I decided to use for my dreams. One interesting thing when recording your dreams is because they can tell you a lot of things about your awakened life. So always observe.
How are you feeling during your dreams? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you sad? Were you lonely? Whatever the feeling you had, write it down.
And if you are the type of person who doesn't really remember your dreams, as soon as you wake up, just think about the dream that you had in the night before. Like just really quick, try to recollect everything before even waking up, like getting out of bed. This will help you to remember most of your dreams. This is an exercise that I've been practicing often and it really helped me. Another thing when writing about your dreams, give it a title. Whatever helps you to go back to that dream eventually. For instance, like the dream of the flower. So put this title, and in your regular journal, you can refer back and forth to it. I use the Moondala as well to do that. So I have my day to day. I just put like bullet points, and whenever I have a dream that I want to go back, I make a little moon, and you can create your own codes. So I go back to refer to that dream. It helps me to see if was there any elements of that dream that I can connect with my life at this very moment. Sometimes I dream about an old friend and I get in touch with them. Whatever it is that your dream can tell you, don't neglect. Really pay attention and write about it. Another type of journal that I keep is a travel journal. This one is pretty much everything that I see when traveling. It's very important to notice how this fresh look of things can affect us internally. When traveling, we expand our minds, we learn a lot of new things. So here's a passage of my travel journal. I title The Flight. The unknown injects adrenaline to our veins, and it makes us feel alive. When traveling abroad, the sense of freedom and openness excites me to a next level. Still at the airport, I had to run to get my flight. Another type of journal is the gratitude journal. You can realize how blessed you are already. You can write about
that old teacher who taught you something that to this day you still remember and apply to your life, or an advice that a friend gave you, your partner, your parent, and even the coffee that you're having in the morning.
Ai, que fome! I'm hungry. This is just the food journal, and it's another good thing to do whenever you're trying to see how your body is connecting with your emotions. Is there anything that you're eating that might be affecting your mood? When I was like journaling about my food, I was keeping track of like my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I realized that whatever I was eating at lunchtime will make me feel sleepy. So I start switching up some things to eat later at night. In this case, it was carbohydrates, as crazy as this sounds. So I decided to eat carbohydrates at night instead of during like lunchtime to help me to feel sleepy and actually go to sleep at night. It makes sense, right? But there is also like a lot of apps that you can also download in your phone and just like keep track of everything that you're eating. Here, I even wrote how I felt in each day. Extremely depressed, sad, and anxious. What changes I noticed today? My mood was horrible, a loop of emotions.
So I had zucchini, shrimp, apples, strawberries, tuna, tomato.
Yeah, could have eaten more. You might want to consider to keep a journal or a little notebook to write about your ideas.
It can be a business idea, a way to talk to your mom, or even like something that you want to do around the house that will help you to optimize your day.
Whatever it is, keeping a separate journal, at least that's how I do, and helps me to create an action plan for that idea. We already have a lot of ideas in our mind. It's really important to put them in paper. If you're not convinced yet about the power of journaling, maybe some of these billionaires that Tim Ferriss interviewed in those 2 books will help you to get really a hold of the habit of journaling. Tribe of Mentors and Two of Titans. I'll leave the link below. If you don't want to write every day, write every week, even if it's just like 1 sentence. And you'll see how powerful this habit is for self-awareness. So until next video, stay tuned. Please subscribe to this channel. Leave your comments. What was your favorite journal? What is the one that you tried so far that I didn't put in this video? Please leave your comment. Subscribe to this channel. Share with your friends. I invite you to start your journal today. I look forward to learn more about you. Beijos. Thank you very much, and until next week, become Odara. May 2nd, year 2000. I was 12 years old. My life is a mess. I'm not sure where to start. I don't know if I'm a child or a teenager. I'm lost. Sometimes I see myself with a boo-boo in my mouth, but sometimes, not sure how to say this, but my body's changing. Everything is so confusing. Sometimes I have an immense desire to cry. I'm lost in the world. But then I remember, I know where I live. Then I think, this is being a child again. I just want to live each phase of my life to the fullest. October 24th, year 2000. Still 12 years old. Baby, I love you. That's right, my mom had a baby. That's awesome, right? I was with my mom in the room when her water broke. Ana Luisa was born, weighing 6 pounds. International Women's Day of the year 2002. I was 14 years old, and I was thinking about life. It's International Women's Day. Everything is so good. Being a woman is to be able to give life to other beings. This is amazing. Today, I played on my computer, I rode my bike, took a good shower, and went to my room to think about life. April 3rd, 2002, 14 years old. Agony, sadness, anger, hate, fear, loneliness. Those are the feelings in my heart. I've been so stressed, worried, isolated, and hurt. I hate this. My desire is to go out breaking everything, screaming loud. But I don't even have the strength to do that. But the worst part is that I don't understand what's happened to me. I'm anxious about something that I don't even know what it is. I'm crying. I have no strength. I'm in agony. I'm so scared to make nothing of my life. I'm so afraid to not be able to take it. I'm afraid of not being able to wait. Help. How can a 14 years old think that her life was like, whoa? When I talk in another video about seeing things into perspective, like apparently what I was living there was a big deal to me then. And then I have lived so many other things from my life to realize that, wow, That was probably not as big of a deal as I thought it was back then. November 25th, 2018. I was 30 years old. Things I learned today. The power of predicting journal. I want to try writing things as they have already happened. The power of attraction. You must see the things you desire as complete, finished, and real. Now, this is a quote by Terry Crews. It's so easy to forget our dreams. We don't even realize when we accomplish them. Your journal is your loyal friend. There will be no judgment or interference. Just you, a pen, and paper. Every so often, go back. Read what you wrote. How were you feeling a week ago? A month ago? How much have you grown? What else needs to be changed? Note journaling is therapeutic. Simply write your story.